Look, man. So here's the thing.
Hey, Yerrr.
Yo,
What's the word, my guy?
I'm chilling, man. It's good to see you back at work.
Hey,
Thank you
man.
for coming in today.
Life, life started lifing.
True.
I was down. They say don't ever kick a man when he's down. Life hit the river dance on me. Started wilding.
Word. Welcome back, though, man.
I appreciate it.
I held
man.
it down, I think.
Nah, you definitely did. Shout out to all the guests we had on episode, what was that? 105, 106, 107?
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who pulled up and held it down.
Facts.
But your boy is back now, man. What's going on? What's the vibes? What's going on in the situation?
Ain't nothing, man. AK was here. Obviously, you heard the episode, but behind the scenes, he said, what up? Jealous of his life because he, you know what I mean? He living a real good situation. But other than that, life is lifing. Christmas is a couple days away. Thank God this shit about to be over. I don't know how.
Barely made it for this episode.
Barely,
I'm gonna tell you
bro.
right now, bro.
Barely, bro. Huh?
I barely made it for this episode,
So
bro.
you gotta come to work at some point, man. No call, no shows is crazy.
Bro, me on this pod was gonna be a 2025 thing, but I found some time today.
I appreciate it. How you though?
I'm good. Just doing what I gotta do. Just getting life together, man. Just moved. Daughter birthday passed. Christmas coming up. Mom's birthday coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Life is life.
Yeah, same here. Birthdays and Christmas. It's a rough time, but we gonna make it through. We had a friend. It was Friendsgiving. It was Friendsmas. Friendsmas yesterday. That was kind of cool.
What's the difference between Friendsmas and Friendsgiving?
Well, Friendsgiving is for Thanksgiving and Friendsmas is for Christmas. That's what I deduced last night with my observations.
All right. I guess my question is do y'all do different things?
The food is different because Thanksgiving obviously is around Thanksgiving, so it's a lot of like traditional Thanksgiving foods in a potluck type situation. Last night was my first Friendsmas. It was like a gift exchange. People like do Secret Santa. It's a lot more people than Friendsgiving. I say that. Well, I guess that depends on who throws it. But yeah, that's the difference to me though. Like, there's a gift exchange, Secret Santa. The food is more like finger food type shit. Whereas Friendsgiving, it was heavy food. Like, we was damn near eating Thanksgiving food 2-3 weekends before type shit. Yeah.
All right, well, shout out to all of those who just had a Friendsmas, it's called.
Yeah.
Friendsmas.
I seen it too. Like, a lot of the girlies that on the grams. I don't like that. I just said girlies.
I was looking at you. I ain't say nothing, but I looked at you with a knowing glance.
That was crazy. That's how you know I've been around my shorty too long. But I seen a lot of girls, like, they get up with their friends, wear the pajamas. Like yesterday, we had the matching Christmas sweaters and shit like that. Ugly sweaters. A lot of that.
You in a real relationship, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Happily.
Nah, for real though. For real, he is happy. He's the happiest I ever seen him.
I laugh because of your reaction.
Nah, we gotta clean it up. She listen to this.
Oh, that's a fact.
I've learned.
That's a fact.
But it's been a lot been going on since I've been dealing with my life. A couple things I wanted to highlight at you about. I kind of just want to jump right into it.
Let's go.
If you're willing to do that.
Let's make a quick one for the end of the year.
All right. Amidst all the things going on with Jay-Z, right?
Oh, boy.
With the accusations and all the stuff that came up, I don't want to focus on Jay. Whatever you people believe about him or what's going on is between y'all, and that's them. What I want to know is, do you personally feel like you're prepared in a world where you could be accused of something at any time? Do you feel like you can adequately protect yourself and your character?
That's a good question. I don't think so. Cause I do know I was wilding in the past. You even said it the other day. Like, you don't know how I get away with saying some of the certain things I be saying. Mm-hmm. But I've learned that the intent is real hard to convey if you interpret it a different way.
Yeah.
So like, if I say something that comes off agreeably heinous, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all know it's a joke because we know my character is a joke, but you take it away. If you got enough to prove, or you don't even got to have enough, to the unknowing eye, if your claim is offended, if you feel offended, I look crazy. Right. I now have to prove myself. So do I think I'm prepared? No. But I feel like I can fight against anything.
I was thinking about this the other day because again we saw what was going on with Jay, and while people have their feelings on where that is and where it ain't and whatever, I just put myself in that situation. Like we on episode 108 at this point?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like we've said a lot of things.
Facts.
We've had opinions that may have changed on some things we said in episode 4, 5, 6, 7 that we may not even feel the same on in episode 90, 91, 92 type things. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's in certain things being taken out of context in that regard. I think it's hard to defend yourself because it's hard to defend yourself against yourself. Those things came out your mouth.
Facts. The Kevin Hart thing with the Oscars.
Yeah.
Like obviously at the time we laughed with him because it was a joke at the time, but then I still don't agree, but I get where people was offended and outraged. And let me ask you to your point though, right?
Yeah.
What if it's not to the J thing specifically, but what if it's like a known deliberate attack against you, like fabricated, like it's known that it's fabricated?
Well,
does that change anything? Or
I mean, it depends who's it known by. Because the truth of the matter is, no matter what the situation, whether we're talking about a cancellation thing, whether we're talking about a essay accusation or something like that.
Essay accusation?
Sexual assault.
Oh, I thought you was talking about Mexicans.
What?
I was like, essays? What they got to do with that?
Sexual assault allegation or something along those lines. Like those things, those things damage your reputation more than anything.
Right.
So it depends on who is known by. Because if the world, like if a certain group of people know that it's calculated, right, or people even feel it's calculated, there's always gonna be those that don't read, that don't do the research, that don't know you, that just read the headline. And now, you know how the masses is. The masses is the last thing I read about that person is what I know of this person.
Right.
So could it be true? Yeah, but even if it's proven, and you always know the vibes, the case getting thrown out, the case being dismissed, or like someone apologizing saying it wasn't true, that gets very little light compared to the accusation.
Yep. What Charlemagne always said, the truth is louder. Oh no, nobody want to hear the truth when the lie's more entertaining.
Absolutely. That
kind of happened with the T.I. and his wife situation with their essay allegations, because it was loud and everybody was talking about it, but then when the case got dismissed, we ain't really hear shit about it. It happens like that a lot. Why you think?
As people, we feed on trauma and pain. That kind of like pushes us. Like in some regards, I feel like that has helped push humanity, because they take those experiences and go, hey, we need to try and make this not work, like make this not happen, or make this not a common thing. So that pushes us in a certain direction. But at the same time, because of that, we thrive off it. We look for it. We seek it out, even when it's not there.
You think like people are so like enthralled and entertained with other people's lives that the good shit just ain't enough to drive a conversation, so they thrive on that negativity?
I don't even think it's that. I think it's not even that the good stuff is not enough. I think some people out here hurting. Some people got a lot of shit going on. Some people got pain. Some people got struggles. Some people got things going on. And instead of I think it's a natural response of most individuals to not go, how can I get to where you at, but to go, why is he there and not me, or why is that person there and not me?
Yeah.
So when they have to rationalize these things they can't fathom, because some people can't fathom themselves not in their circumstances, right?
Right.
So when they have to rationalize how you got there, they have to Illuminati, sacrifices, you gotta be a piece of shit, you had to screw people over, you had to violate people, you had to do something crazy. Like, these are the things that they have to put on you to justify, like, all the things that they probably morally wouldn't do.
Right.
They have to put on you and say you got to that place because you were willing to do those things.
Right.
Which is a natural human instinct. I just think it's insane.
Yeah. I seen a meme yesterday. It said, we quick to say people like Hove and, I don't want to say Diddy, but Hove and like Beyonce and them and the Illuminati shit. But then to turn around and say Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk work for what they got. And I don't know any of these people, but I just think like tearing somebody down when you down too is crazy. Just to make you feel even feel, or
because you have to, well, those people have to find Dollar Dream 3, you heard? Anyway, a lot of them people have, what they have to do is they have to find a way to be
okay with their life.
Not even just to be okay with their life, but just to be better than that person in some way. So whether it's financially, social status, whatever, this person maybe have me beat, but I got this person beat morally. I'm a good person. They're a bad person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It took me a little, I see that all the time. It took me a little longer to get there because I ain't want to suck dick.
Wait, what?
Nah, I see that all the time. Like, yo, I ain't wanna glaze nobody, so it took me a little longer to get there. It's referring to people that, you know, slept their way to the top or did some unspeakable acts.
Okay.
Things of that nature. It's just like, I think all in all, it's just like a crazy mindset to have, because some people really do work hard. Like, they work hard to get where they at.
I mean, the truth of the matter is, and this is my personal opinion, even the people nasty sexual stuff aside, let's put that aside.
All right.
But who some people feel are like morally wrong because of how they do business, like they do dirty business, or they cheap, or they shiesty, whatever. Mm-hmm. Those type of people, while I may not agree with their methods 100% of the time, I think there's still things that can be learned from those people.
Yeah, because you obviously got to know that information to get you in that frame of thought. So I would like to know at least your rationale to your behavior.
Yeah, not even that. For me, I look at those people as those people existing and me knowing it helps me in the sense of, because now I know people like that exist.
So you could defend better.
I know how to what to look for. And B, I use those people that I feel may have gotten to that place they've gotten in a despicable way or whatever as a blueprint of how I don't want to be.
Right.
But some people don't view it like that. They view it as, well, that person is bad, so I have to be anti or against that person. Sure. I'm very much like, yo, people gonna do what they do. People gonna feel how they feel, and they gonna get to where they gonna get, how they get there. And like, it ain't my job to stop or aid anybody. I'ma aid my people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tear nobody down, because what's done in the dark gonna come to light, and at some point you gonna have to deal with that. And let's say it never come to light, you good, bro. When you get to God gonna have to, you gonna deal with that with him.
Facts.
That ain't my place to figure out what to do with you.
No, that's a fact. I agree with that.
I don't know, but I was just thinking about that, 'cause I was like, I don't know if I'm able to protect myself in that scenario right now. 'Cause you know we could vaguely talk about it. You remember what happened to our boy when we was younger with Shorty, who definitely let him hit and then switched her whole story up just because people found out.
Yeah. And
put him through that whole situation. And then in the end was like, nah, I lied, made it up. Like,
I think it's because of her mom's
No, because her mom's found out.
Her mom's right.
Yeah,
so
when her mom's found out, she said that he forced it. But we was all like, nah, we seen her be on his dick.
I think it's weird what fear will make you do. Because fear and ashamed led to her, like, potentially throwing this man's life down the drain type shit.
Yeah.
So I think about, like, Duke that played Romeo on Steve Harvey's show.
Oh yeah.
And he got set up some shit like that, and then I guess she got caught.
Oh yeah, because wasn't it like Shorty felt like fear of him leaving her?
Yeah. And then she like set him up, and now look, this man's dead for nothing.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit.
You touched on a real thing. Fear is a very irrational thing for some people.
Yeah, like it make you. A lot of people's fight or flight is amusing to me, because it's like, obviously I wouldn't do some of the extremes that these people do, but it's like there's situations where I've been with females that I've done things beyond my comfort, all because I'm afraid of what you can do to me if you say the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying?
Like, do you want to expound and give an example of that or no?
Well, I can't think of any examples. I just remember, like, I've been around females and I've done things I was uncomfortable with, or been in places I was uncomfortable with, all because of the relationship I may have had with that person, and what they could say with whatever evidence they may have. So to your point, am I ready to protect certain things? I don't know, because I don't know what they could take out of our conversations that I've texted or verbally said to them that they could use against me. Like I don't know how to defend against that.
I give you a perfect, like, referring back to that situation that happened with our friend when we were younger.
If I come up with one, I will say it. Though. I'm not like,
I got you,
trying to duck it. I just can't think of
like
one.
That whole situation like messed me up, and how, not messed me up, I don't want to say messed me up, that's the wrong word to use. That whole situation shaped how I move now.
Right.
Because there have been plenty of times, and you know this for a fact, there's plenty of times where we've been out, there been girls around, they've been drinking a little bit, and I'm the first one to be like, I'm good. Yeah. Like, just because I feel like you had too much, I never want to be in, just because I seen it happen like that when we was young, I never want to put myself in a situation where, she, the next day or later, she coherent and realized this wasn't something she wanted to do. You get what I'm saying? Even though she might have been, state of mind, it was consented. Yeah, exactly. It changes now when you're in your natural state. So I've seen it too many times where it was just like, it gets spin like the girl was, or the person, I don't want to say the girl, the person was taken advantage of because they were under the influence. Mm-hmm. So I personally just kind of, I'm cool. That ain't happened to him though. She was just no. That didn't. But that situation, the situation that happened to him, just seeing how that played out. Cause we was young at the time. We were like 13. About seeing that happen to a 13. Imagine me as a 20-year-old. In my mind, I'm going under the jail. Yeah. If somebody just say something wrong. So and what I mean by that is, like, you seen how I've operated with certain girls, where it's like certain girls, you know how we moved when we were younger. Like, if you're the girl we ain't really messing with, we'll knock it down and keep it pushing. Like, ain't nothing to really talk about. Right. But there's certain girls where, because that fear was ingrained in me at such a young age, because I seen it happen, I'll continue to talk or just lead on or whatever, which wasn't fair to them girls either. But I didn't feel like I could just hit and go about my life, because I don't know what they might say in response to that. Nah, I get that. My thing with that too is, like, I've been in situations, granted I put myself in those situations, but I've been in situations where I would I'll be part of something that I know if I could just not be in it. And it came from a situation similar to what you said, when I was with one of my homeboys and we had a female. We wasn't like training or nothing, no crazy shit. But like, I remember I was in the room when he was messing with her,
And then, like, she plainly scratch that story. I tell you a story that happened to me and Snoop, and I don't mind saying this because it happened. We in Harlem on 135th. It's a police station right across the street from where this girl stayed at, and Snoop pulled up with me on the other side, and we was just chilling with Shorty. And you know, I dipped off to go do what I was supposed to do, what I came there for, or whatever. Snoop in the living room watching TV. She loud and she's like, "Oh my God, rape!" And then I said, "What?" And I got up and left. Cause I'm like, yeah, you were playing, but if I go forward with anything and then somebody misheard that, or you take this to across the street to the police, my DNA is the last in you. I'm okay. I'm okay with not having this one today. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So it's like, knowing those things, I don't play. I don't play with that type of thing no more. Like, I'm cool.
Yeah, bro.
Those situations, I just try to stay out of them.
I'm super big on anybody I deal with just being comfortable, being like, and I've had situations where girls be like, "Yo, why you keep asking me if I'm good? Like, why you keep asking me?"
Because I'm scared.
Because I'm terrified. Like, you have no idea. And then, like, you go about your life and you keep seeing these stories about dudes, like these famous dudes or basketball players or whatever, just getting accused of something, whether they did it or not. I don't want to sit here and argue people's innocence. What I'm saying is, the fact that it could just happen it's out of nowhere is crazy.
That's the thing that killed me. It couldn't just happen, and you ain't got no other choice. But now you gotta fight. So to your original point, I know if I could protect myself? I don't think I can, but I'm willing to fight because I know I ain't do no nasty shit. I know I ain't do no wild shit.
Yeah,
but I don't know what your interpretation of something that I did or said to you back in the past.
Yeah, and
how you could use that against me today.
Got it.
That's also why I'm very mindful of what I'm texting now, because you ain't gonna misconstrue my words.
Well, that was always my, like, you're a big texter, and I've always not been. Yeah. But I've always been that because in my experience, you can't read tone.
Yeah.
You can't read jokes or sarcasm. So I was always a phone person for that reason, because I need in some conversations, I feel like like if we just chatting about life, I mean, not life, but just bullshit, that's fine. But if we are chatting about something serious or important, or just something involving us being able to be intimate, I need to have that conversation over the phone, because I need to know if you're serious, if you're joking. So because I have homegirls who told me, like, I was flirting with a guy. He said something sexual. I was uncomfortable, so I kind of said a joke to try and, like, ease the tension, and he ran with that, and then it got real weird after that. So I'm just like, I try to avoid that personally. But piggybacking off that made me it made me remember a story. I read a story. I'm gonna give you the basis of the story, and there's a question attached to the story. I read a story about a man who was in prison, who was convinced that his wife was cheating, right? He told a bunch of prisoners and, like, other inmates or whatever, that when he get out, he's like, "Yo, I promise you, she cheating. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna kill this girl." And everybody was like, "Yo, chill. Like, it's not that serious. Also, you've been in here for years. Like, bro, if she got to get her shit off, it's not cheating, whatever." But even if she, but no one believed him. Everybody took him as a joke, right? So the person telling the story that I'm listening to is saying, like, how the guy got out, and then a year later, he see the guy back on the yard after the guy got out. And the dude got like 27 to life because he got out and actually killed that girl. And the question that he had, or that I had, was, if you were in that situation, would you feel some sort of guilt or responsibility because he told you that was his plan? And I'm not saying you had to go snitch to the guards and nothing like that, but what I'm saying is, would you feel some type of guilt or responsibility because he told you that was his plan, and you did nothing, so now that girl just lost her life?
Before, no, I wouldn't have felt the type of way. When I say before, meaning like 10 years ago, I'll feel a way. I'm like, damn, son. Especially since there's a bunch of factors at play that just all lead to him being crazy, to me. You in the yard, and you making all these claims that you're going to do this, that, and the third, harm this woman potentially. I'm telling you, don't do that. That's crazy. And then you go outside and do it. Like, we try to convince you not to. We try to talk you out of it. You still go do that. That's like, come on, bro. Why you even informing me? I feel like I'm part of this now because I knew. That's premeditated, right? That'd be the definition of premeditated murder. Yeah, I feel like it's too much, bro. It's too much. I feel away.
Like, I was thinking about it, and I said, responsible? No. I don't know if I would feel some sort of responsibility, but I definitely would feel guilt.
Like, what could I do though? Like, can you tell somebody?
But that's what I'm about to say. That's the other side to the question. If there was something to do, what could you do from behind the wall?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know anything short of just telling like the warden or the yard, yo, this man plans to hurt this woman or whatever. I feel like the things I would have to do to get the message to her is more than I'm willing to do. Yeah. Cause like, I gotta figure out if I could get this girl number or find somebody that know this woman or get him to tell me the number. Yeah, cause see,
I said the same thing. I was like, maybe I could be like, yo, give me your crib number for when you get out or whatever. And then I was like, cause this is how I first thought. I said, yo, damn, maybe I could call Shorty and just give her like a heads up. Like, cause in my mind, if I give her a heads up, like, hey, this is the type of shit he on. If she stayed, that's on her. Yeah. But then I said, that's mad work for me to do. But I also, with feeling that, I do still feel like that's wild just to know that he about to cut this girl life short for nothing and just do nothing. I don't know. It's a real odd question because I don't know how we're supposed to handle it. Just being who we are, how we grew up. I won't feel comfortable either way. I won't feel comfortable getting involved, but I don't feel comfortable not being involved.
Nah, I get that. I feel like that'll be my thing. Like, what the amount of work I'm gonna have to do to get this message across or get this message to the shorty. I don't know if I could pull it off because I'm in jail too, so I'm obviously dealing with my own shit. So I don't know if this could be a distraction or be a hindrance to my life. I don't know, but there is some type of work. Then I don't know how long he got. I don't know when he leave here, if he's immediately leaving here or if he's going to another block. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like mad factors involved, but I definitely would feel a way about him getting out and doing that after we try to reconvene him or convince him to go another way or go another direction with that. I just feel wrong. I could still sleep though.
And my question is, does it make a difference if it's like, to you, if it was his wife or his girlfriend? Like, does the level of relationship they have, them being like married with kids or like just a girlfriend, does that change how you feel?
No, but I do want to know, does it change how I feel if he get out and do it? Yeah. Nah. You still cut this person's life short. You in jail, you put that kind of situation, you put that opportunity for another person to be in the picture there once you got arrested. But my question to you is, if you're locked up, does your wife still get the freedom to go out and get what she got to get?
Me personally or in general?
Personally.
Yeah, because I think it depends on my time. For me, it depends on my time.
For marriage?
Yeah.
What's the time?
Like, if I've said this, I think I've said this before in this podcast, but anything more than 2 years, I get it. I'm not gonna be mad, and I'm living that way because even if we get conjugal visits, right? I know that there's like everyday intimacies that, and I'm not even talking about sex, outside of sex, there's everyday intimacies that that people need, not just women, not just men, people in general need them. And if I'm unable to do that, I feel like it's selfish, because I'm assuming I made the decisions that got me in jail.
Right.
So I would be selfish to say you have to like limit yourself and never have these things because I made a decision that put me here.
2 years, huh?
So if it's 2 years, I feel like you could rock 2 years with me.
The only reason I look back is because I don't know if 2 years is long. I feel like a year. I feel like a year. Anything over a year, I feel like. Anything under a year, I feel like you could wait.
No, I agreed. I feel like under a year you could wait. I think depending on your person, 2 years is fine. But I think on average, I think you're right. Anything over a year is about right.
Yeah, because to your point about the everyday, it may not be everyday intimacies, but the definite consistency of intimacies that leads to the buildup of attraction to get us to that point of sex. I feel like you could wait a year. You'll be deprived as fuck, but you could wait a year.
Yeah.
But anything over a year is kind of selfish, especially if I got 20.
But here's my question now. Following up to you. You go to jail. Let's say you got 5. You do your time. You understood because it was more than a year. You know, she was going to do whatever she had to do. Do you come home and just go, all that gotta shut down, or do y'all need to have a conversation? Like, how are you coming back?
All right. Let me answer as me. 5 years. Around my 3rd, 4th year, I get a date that I'm coming home. I'm on the countdown. Whenever I start the countdown, my want would be you to start reintegrating yourself back into the me. Well, first of all, I gotta figure out if my shorty even want me back.
Yeah,
that's first and foremost. Obviously, I've been in here, so I want you back, being as you the last person that I had that type of connection with. So naturally, you're the first person. Somehow niggas in jail do get new girlfriends. I don't know how, but whatever. I would want my shorty back. So I would feel like on the come out, you should have already, once I got the countdown date and you got the countdown date, that's when you should start fixing up your life to welcome me back in, if you still want me. So by the time I do come out, it's shut down.
Right.
That's just my thought process to it. On the flip of that, I also do hold myself to a point where I gotta come out and get reacclimated into this relationship thing and how things go. Because there's obviously been changes and things of that nature, so I need to be ready for those obstacles when they come. But ideally, I would like, from when I come out, in that scenario that I just said, for those things to be in play when you shut that down.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because I think it was more like, what I was trying to figure out was like, some people come out and it's just like, it's a demand. It's like, yo, shut everything down. I'm home now. It is what it is. Yeah,
there's feelings involved. So.
When I feel like, for me, it would be more of a, all right, I'm back now. A conversation need to be had about where we stand and where you want to go. And I'm not going to ask you questions about your situation with whoever it was, but I need to know if you even feel capable of letting that go. Because
I just thought of it. Go ahead.
Because in my mind, I'm like, let's say, matter of fact, I got a different question now. Would you prefer in that scenario and this is a weird question for a guy to ask another guy, would you prefer her to have a consistent person or to just move around?
Consistent would be fine. To me.
I'm the opposite. I think I'd prefer you not. I'm not saying sleep with a different nigga every week type shit.
No, I get it.
But like, I think having a consistent side nigga, whatever you want to call a nigga, for 5 years or 4 years.
That's a relationship.
That's a relationship. That's hard to break. I don't think I would want that. I think I don't think no dude. Let's be clear. I don't think no dude want to have they woman with anybody in general. But if you in a situation where you know you fucked up and put yourself here, some things you gotta eat, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't think if it's gonna happen, I prefer you every couple months find a dude you like, get your shit off, and then go about your business. I could live with that because I'm not gonna ask questions about that. But honestly, the problem that I always have is the intimacies part. It's the late night talking, sitting up, vibing, hanging out. Like, it's that shit that's the problem.
Mm-hmm. So for 5 years, again, that's something I won't be. I don't know, but I feel like essentially I would want a consistent person, just so your mind's not all over the place. I think yeah, I don't know. I feel weird knowing that my girl just out here with, like you said, not every other week it's a different nigga, but I feel like just hopping around, and that ain't easy for me to come back to either. To me, I feel like it's easier for me to come back and have a one-up against a guy that stepped in than to have a one-up with multiple guys.
Yeah, but I feel like it ain't a one-up. In my version, I don't feel like it's a one-up. I feel like her doing these one-offs, that's a one-off. That's a one-hitter quitter, move on. This person ain't building a relationship, ain't having contact, ain't whatever. Like, even if it's like 1, 2, maybe 3 times and then on to the next type thing.
Yeah.
That you're not spending that time. I feel like I can easier come back into my place, like you said, let them know ahead of time, hey, I'm getting out, so chill out.
Right.
And then reintegrate me back into your life. I feel like it's harder to tell somebody, this person who essentially filled in for my role while I wasn't here, to just tell them go fuck themselves now because I'm home. Yeah. Fuck all the feelings y'all did. Fuck all the dates y'all went on. Fuck all the times that nigga held you down. Fuck all the nights you was crying and he had to be there to console you. Like, fuck all of that because I'm home now. I feel like that's harder to tell somebody that.
I see your point. I see your point about the coming home, and especially if you to my point where you on a countdown, and it's harder to break that off because it ain't just gonna be a yo, it's over that. But it all depends on your shorty too. Like, what's the lock in type of time? Like, if you was shit, that's why I said the conversation to do you even still want me is important.
It's very important because
like.
Yeah, but her answer could be yes, but I also care about this person now.
Nah, I don't know. When I say do you want me, I'm meaning like, yeah, you care about this dude, but you're already damn near in a relationship with this guy. Do your thing. Like, I'll step out. Because I'm not fighting a nigga or being in a position to where I gotta fight a nigga for some shit that I allow to happen.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I did what I did to go away for that time. So it's like, whatever. That's that. But to your point though, coming home and having to deal with my girl potentially having multiple partners, and I think mentally that'll mess me up. Like, I could know that I lost my shorty to a dude that just stepped in her most valuable time of need, and he filled a void that I just couldn't fill. But for you to just be hopping around,
but that's my thing. My question is, how do you know that? Because in my scenario, I don't know that. Like,
how do I know what? That she was hopping around?
Yeah, like in this is a preference for me. But when I come home, I don't know that, because by the time I come home and I'm like, hey, I'm coming home, because that's how she was moving, she just locked back in with me. I'm not asking no questions about shit when that happened while I was gone.
Yeah. I think that's telling too, though. How you just locked back in with me? I've been away for 5 years.
I would prefer that for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to come back home and, like you said, now have to have a head up with another.
That raises questions for me. Though.
I'm
like,
not doing that.
How you just lock back in with me?
Because I'm like you in the sense of, if I gotta do a head up, y'all good. Yeah. I'm out. I don't know.
But that's a tricky situation.
It is a very tricky situation.
Know, like, if in your scenario with the multiple and you lock off, like, all right, who are these niggas? Do you still see these niggas?
See, but you like, asking questions.
Yeah, now I got questions.
I don't got questions.
With the relationship, I don't have questions because I already know what it is with that.
One-offs, I ain't got questions, bro.
Now I'm saying with the one-offs, I got questions. With the one guy, I don't have that many questions because I know what this is. I know you've been around for these X amount of years. I know you played this part in her life. I know you was providing this comfort and intimacy and all this other thing. I know you've been doing that. Now it's up to her. Hey, you knew I was in the picture too, guy. Do you want to stay knowing I'm coming home, or what y'all doing?
Yeah, because I feel like when there's a consistent guy, that's a conversation you have to have.
Like, you have to have.
If she moving and just knocking and keeping it pushing, like I said, like every 4 months or something, just knock something, keep pushing.
Yeah.
You ain't got to tell me that. We ain't got to talk about that.
Yeah, we don't.
So that's a conversation I've never had to have. So I don't care what you did. Why am I going to come home asking dumb questions?
I feel you.
Like, I'ma just let me live in, my shorty held me down. Let me live in that. The knowing a nigga was here that's gonna burn me up, son. I ain't gonna.
I can feel it. It's gonna probably burn me up too, but I think that's better for me in the long run.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Speaking of wives, in the scenario that you're married, right? And y'all divorce come up for whatever reason. Don't really matter the reason. My question to you is, once that's final and settled and y'all spent some time apart, for you, would remarrying your ex-wife, is that ever an option for you?
No. Hell no.
Do you think that could ever be an option for you?
No. Hell no.
Why?
I'm not remarrying you. I got out. I'm good. I ain't saying we can't be together in a relationship, but I'm not remarrying you again.
Then what's the point of getting back in a relationship?
That's what I'm saying. I probably won't do that either. But I'm definitely not remarrying. I don't see that happening. No. You?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Because I would love to sit here and just lie and just be like, hell no, I would never remarry. But it's like, sometimes, the same way they say people can only be around for a season, I feel like people can fall out of love for a season.
True.
And then find their way back to love each other. Because even in my opinion, I feel like when people, in a lot of cases, I'm not gonna say all, when people get divorced, they get divorced not because they never loved this person.
Right.
It's just sometimes you might rush into things. Sometimes you may not know this person fully.
Right.
And because your mind only knows who you thought they were, a lot of these changes may be abrupt.
Right.
And now that causes friction. But as you get to know who this person is, this new version, I feel like some people can find a way to love that person. Like, I only said this because I have a friend who got like an aunt and an uncle who have been together, got divorced, been together, got divorced. They got divorced twice.
That's
and
crazy.
Are back together for the third time.
I can't do it.
And I'm just like, yo, I didn't even know legally you could do that.
Nah, there's a comedian that we was talking about. I heard it on the Gary Ewing podcast. That man got married to the same woman twice. And I feel like both of those times, that's your fault. Why you got married? Why would you marry her again?
I don't know.
Although I do see people like that get together after they got divorced and they'll just keep the relationship like that. I could see that happening. Sometimes marriage just be too much paperwork, too much other people involved, too much shit involved, and it got messy the first time. So naturally, if the divorce is messy the first time, you're real reluctant to go back into it, or you're jaded toward that type of.
I meant to say that prior that y'all divorced amicably. Like, it wasn't a nasty divorce.
Okay.
Like when
So
I first
the
asked,
divorce-
like it was like when I first asked, I wrote amicably and I forgot to say that.
Nah, it's fine. Either way, though, I just don't see me being back into another relationship. Not a relationship, another marriage with that person.
All right.
I also feel like I got somebody in my mind, in my family or my friend group that's gonna go again, son.
Yeah, it's me.
We'll do this
Yeah,
again.
but again, there's been times where we say like, "Yo, bro, really?" And then we just, all right, bro. So
Yeah.
like, I'm what I'm gonna say? You can't marry her, nigga. I'm
You
not
right.
gay.
What?
I'm gonna tell you, you can't marry her.
That's true.
I'm gonna just go, are you sure this is what you want to do again? And if you say, yeah, like we talked about it, I feel like we've found a new way to experience our love, blah, 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 all the soft shit you gonna tell me, I'm gonna go, all right, bro. Whatever
Yeah.
works for you.
As long as you got a reason.
Yeah, that's all it really needs. That's all it really needs. But you had mentioned off the air that you had some things you wanted to ask me
Oh,
about.
no, I just got one question to ask you. My girl asked me this shit. If I come to you and tell you, wrong, my fault, I fucked up the question. That if your girl come to you and say, yo, you gotta stop hanging around Jermaine. No context, nothing. Like, yo, you gotta stop hanging around this nigga. What would you do?
Ignore her.
Oh, damn.
Like, cause here's my thing.
Who's the most person you trust in this world?
My mom.
If your mom come to you and say, yo, you really should stop hanging out with this man.
I will definitely take heed, but you can't tell me that without no. Like I'm too, because my mom has done that with people.
Yeah.
Not necessarily friends, but especially like with women.
With women, yeah.
My moms have been like, nah, she ain't it. But she ain't give me no context, no nothing. But I've trust my mom's opinion so much, where
It's
and
never
because
just cut off too either.
and because she was right a lot of those times, I've come to trust her opinion so much that I was like, all right,
Yeah.
whatever. But with you specifically, it's like our friendship, we've been friends for damn near 20 years.
Yeah. Damn near more.
Probably.
Yeah.
But you have to give me some sort of you can't just say that with no context.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that. That was my. She said it. She like, what if I came to you and told you gotta start hanging around guns? I said, babe, I love you, but you gotta give me.
You gotta
something.
give me something to go on. Like
So
you
I
can't
don't
just
even
say
need a
that.
lot. I just need enough that you feel strong like this. I need something, so I can now decipher if this valid or not. I need some. I can't just like you mentioned. Like I've been friends with this nigga longer than mad other people in my. There's only one other person I've been friends with longer. You feel me? Like, I need something. It gotta be. It don't even gotta be concrete. No. It gotta be concrete.
I'm about to say, because for me, it gotta be. It don't gotta be concrete, but it gotta be something that pushes the line of our friendship.
Yeah, I gotta get something.
Like you can't just say, I don't want you to hang out with him because I see how he be moving with other bitches or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, nah,
Cause I'm gonna go, that ain't my.
Yeah.
What you want me to do about that? I don't control what this man do with other bitches.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with me. But if you tell me he pushed a line, because you know every friendship, everything got boundaries. If you tell me that he pushed a boundary or a line where me and him already know that shouldn't be crossed, then. And again, in that scenario, I'm not just immediately, and that sounds fucked up. I know it sounds fucked up to like our girls. I'm not gonna just immediately believe you. It sounds crazy, but I'm not gonna dismiss how you feel, and I'm gonna address that with you.
Well, I had the same thought flipped. If you come up to me and say, yo, you really should stop messing with Shorty, and I'm like, nah, this is my man's, but you gotta give me something.
Yeah. But again, I wouldn't expect you to just, even if I gave you something, I would never give you something with the expectation of you immediately believing me.
Right.
I would tell you, hey, this is what I seen, or this is what I heard, and this is whatever. This is what info I have. You gonna do with this info as you will, but I'm did my job by telling you and putting you on.
No, you're right. I feel like, she asked me that shit, I was stumped. I'm like, I need something. This Jigs done told me to stop messing with people, and she ended up being right. Auntie Nancy, same thing. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
she definitely was right, because that nigga almost got us killed.
Mad times.
So, I don't know. I just wanted to ask you that shit. I just want to ask you, because I need something, bro. I don't know what it would be. I don't know if it's naive. You think there's some type of naive to it?
No, I don't
Or
think
you
it's
just don't want to believe? Like,
nah, it's not naive. It's just, again, just because you gotta clarify. Even if it was something that hurt her feelings, right? Like really hurt her to make her feel that way. You gotta now go, at least in my, let me flip it then. For me, if my girl came to me and was like, yo, I don't want you to be friends with Jermaine because I heard he said X, Y, and Z. I heard him say X, Y, and Z concerning me, and I feel like that was disrespectful or whatever. I now gotta take that and go, hey, no. First part of the conversation is, yo, no matter what you said was disrespectful, my shorty feel away. But the follow up to that is, now I need to get clarification on your intent.
When you just said that, a past situation popped up with what's her name and whatever, and the ex, and how the relationship ended to how I know it was. I don't remember how the relationship ended. I just know, like, it was cool. Not cool, but it's just like, I'm gonna be cool towards her as long as you with her, type shit.
Okay. Oh, I'm finally understanding what we were talking about. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it gotta be one of those.
Now I'm
things,
thinking we've been in this situation before.
Yeah, it gotta be one of those things where it's like, because again, even if you said something to my girl, or said something to or about my girl that hurt her feelings, because of the equity we've built up,
right,
intent matter.
It does.
And intent.
And to your point though, because we men at the end of the day, the start off of the conversation is, yeah, I don't care what you said, but my girl was offended.
Yeah,
so
that got to be rectified off the top.
And we've come to that. Like, yo, my girl felt the way because something you said.
And then next is the
that happened
intent.
last night. Somebody like broke something my girl did. And he just came and was like, yo, bro, just tell her it wasn't, like, nah, whatever. And I'm like, nah, she good. But I appreciate you coming and telling me that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, yeah, the intent does matter. And our equity allows opportunity for the intent to be heard.
Yeah,
because some people, I don't even care what your intent was. My girl feel the way it's up.
Yeah, and it's also because I've been friends with you long enough to know that sometimes if you're in a position where you're not really noticing the awkwardness or the tension, you might say something jokingly that wasn't meant to be taken personally, right, because you didn't realize the energy was off.
Yeah, for sure.
So now I gotta go, like I said, I gotta clear that up, but then I gotta go investigate that part, because if it was something that was just blatant disrespect, then that's another conversation that needs to warrant maybe. Because now I would look at that like, oh, you just don't give a fuck about me enough to respect my girl.
Right.
But if it's one of those like,
which now bodes another problem.
Yeah, but if it's one of those like, bro, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like I remember a situation with us. We ain't gotta talk about it in detail, but there was one situation. I remember somebody close to you was like, yo, he did, like, we was at something and I was there and the shorty you was dealing with was there, and I guess she told you like, yo, I didn't speak to her or something, and I was like, what? I was so confused that day because I was like, I literally took her jacket off her, hung it up.
I don't even remember what we talking about.
I'll tell you off air, but I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember like making sure she was good because off the arm of you, because I wouldn't have spoke to her if it wasn't for you.
That's a fact. I still don't know what you're talking about, but I know you to know that. And I remember a shorty tried to tell us to get us to fight each other type shit.
Yeah, I remember that. That was the funniest thing in the world.
I was like,
they both individually told us separately that we was talking shit about each other, and I go, that don't sound right.
That don't sound right at all. But hey, they tried.
Yeah, man, we've been
nigga, I talked to him.
That's all. Like if I had a problem,
no bars hold.
That's all. Like if we had a problem with each other, we would just tell each other.
We've done it.
That's all. I'm like, there's no reason for me to do any of that. But whatever. That sounds like another one, my boy.
For sure.
This wintertime shit is crazy. I know the camera it's getting dark.
Oh yeah. The time lapse on the camera look crazy.
Oh man,
I've gotten real cozy in this chair though. I ain't gonna hold you.
But hey man, sound like another one. We want to hear from y'all. I'm glad to be back. I want to know if y'all happy I'm back. I want to know what y'all think about the episode. You already know the vibes. If y'all want to reach out to us, let us know what the deal is. So here's the thing. So here's the thing.pod, right?
Yeah.
On Instagram.
IG, yeah.
And so here's the thing. SHTT pod on Facebook and Twitter. I ain't been here in a minute. I'm sorry.
And TikTok.
And TikTok. And if the social media thing ain't your thing, so here's the thing at yahoo.com. Hit us up. Let us know the vibes.
Now to your point, I gotta start listening to your thing, because when you not here, bro, I don't be knowing what to say. Like, I know where everything is at, but I don't know what to say. But anyway, if the video thing on the Instagram is not your thing, if you want to just reach out anyway, we're available on all audio platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, wherever you want to get podcasts, we're there. Just type it in. So here's the thing, podcast. I just want to give a shout out, man. Thank y'all for riding with us. 2024 was a wild year. 2025 is on the horizon. We just right there. We all made it. Same team, same dream. We appreciate everybody that supported. If you listened and shared, I've personally gotten people that I've never spoken to in my life came up and said they enjoyed the episode or whatever, or
I'm really starting to hate how many motherfuckers at work is coming up to me about this show.
Yeah. I mean, I won't be there long, so it's all good. I'm gonna really start talking about that shit after I leave. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate anybody that told a friend, bought merch. New merch is gonna be coming now that Two got his life situated.
Yeah, next year for sure. We got some special things coming for the summertime and for the fall.
Also, while I'm here, I'm gonna tell y'all. Now I can tell y'all in his face, he's the person for the merch. Him. I know you see me with it on all the time, but that's because I get it from him. He is him. So direct all your problems, babe, to him. So anybody that got merch questions, hit Two up. I mean, hit the pod up. We gonna answer, but
yeah, just hit the pod Instagram or something like that. Or do that. Don't hit me personally.
Yeah, don't hit him personally, but hit the pod. He back on it. He gonna get it situated.
I'll reach out to you.
I don't know if you set it up. You set it up.
What's that?
The thing, the boss.
Oh yeah, it's set up. It's good.
All right. So once he get back, he gonna be right. But merch is coming. I do need some new merch. I got on vintage, so here's the thing right now, old shit.
Yeah, that's one of our first ones.
Yeah, good vibes. But check it out. And again, appreciate everybody. We appreciate every tweet, every retweet. What the fuck am I talking about on Twitter? Every post, repost, share on TikTok and Instagram. We appreciate everything. Signing out for 2024. If the girl look happy on Instagram, just slide in her DMs anyway to make sure she's okay. And fellas, ladies, always ask the what are we question right after you have sex. You're going to get the right answer every time. It's your boy, Stiz.
It's two. We off this. See y'all 2025, year 6.
Year 6 is crazy.